Okay, now it will be fine. I mean, there's no idea to let the video run and run just to see if I can get it off, but well, I get it off, and then it should be possible to lift out the silent wave motor, as you can see here. So that's it. This is the pin for the focusing hook, which is here. So if I move this, it will move the focusing system, as you can see. So there is not really anything special about the motor itself. So just put it aside somewhere up here. Now, then it should be possible to get any further into it, and it will simply happen with the, I will take off the back lens screw with the back tube here, and there is 3 screws that holding the tube, the outer plastic tube place. There is 1 screw under the VR here, and of course I need to lift it out gently with a pointed tool or something, a thin screwdriver, and then it should be taken off. Nothing special. And then there is 1 screw here. There is 1 screw hidden in here with the switchboard, and there is 1 on the back of the lens. I mean, it should be on the underside of the tube. So and off with that. You can see there are some Threadlocker on here, white stuff. Then hold it like this, and there is also some spacers that I forgot to mention. 1 spacer is here, and it's hold over here, and there are a few more. Actually 1 more. So if I flip it over, the wave washer is first, I mean second when you put it on. So if we can get them out, hopefully do so. Yeah, there's 1 brass washer, and it will go on first, and then the wave washer as the second one. So now we're ready to get further into it. It will be exciting. So there, and the last screw here. Have a finger under here on the front, just pressing on it. I mean, not on the lens here, but just on the edge here. I think it will help a little. But when you unscrew this screw, something will be loose, as I think. So it's not the same, yeah. Now, then it should be possible to simply push the outer tube off here, and this is how it looks. Nothing really special. And then we are actually in the lens. And the reason I couldn't get off the let's see, where is the GMR that we really have to be care of? This one. This is the GMR and the magnetic tape, which is under here. You probably can see it under here. Yeah. It's just use a stick. You see the GMR is under here. It's a light gray, I mean dark gray, that goes all the way from here all the way over here. And the GMR unit head that reads the information on the magnetic tape to tell the focusing system and the camera what distance. That's just my guess. Well, so to get off the whole circuit board and the VR unit, we need to take off some parts, and this is the one here, which is the locking pin for the VR. But this unit and this plastic thingy here, I need to simply take off there, the two screws, and one on the other side is the actually encoder strip for the focusing system with the focus brush there. As you can see, it can move. So if it's all the way over to the very end, it will be like that. But in real life, I think the actual position when it's all the way over, it should be something like there, as I read it in the their repair manual. But let's see if it's correct. There are some differences in the repair manual and the actual lens. Now this plastic thingy has to come off, and let's see how we can do it. I think I'll just set a mark here, just to be sure where it should sit, not too far away or too close. And off with those two screws, and it will be exciting to see how it will look inside when taking out the VR unit. So off with that pin here. So and there's also one over here on the actual circuit, focusing encoder circuit board, flex cable, or whatever it calls, and that has to be temporarily loosened. I mean, they said in the repair manual you screw it out, and maybe it's possible to, if I move the focusing ring itself, take care of the magnetic tape. Do not use any screwdriver which is magnetic. You will probably damage the information in that. So next thing is to lift out the this encoder flex, and possibly get this out. Let's see if it's the way to do it. No. I think it should be possible to take out anyway. If I set it to there, and if I can take it out that way by simply lift it off there, and it's free. Haha. So there are 2 pins on the back here that goes into, now that was interesting, that goes into the notches here and there. So now the VR unit should be free at the moment when I loosen all 4 screws around. So let's do it. Very, very interesting. There should be some washers under each screw. Maybe there's only 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. I don't know yet, but let's see how it will look inside. That's really exciting. And if there is some washers in there, the same washer should come back to the actual place again. So and all the flex cables and wires and all that around is free from the circuit board, main board, and the VR unit. Whew. Now let's see what's happened. I think I will take out all 4 screws. There, and number 3, and number 4 was a bit so. Then output that. Now the exciting stuff comes. And so it is. And there is only 1 washer there. And it sits next to the locking pin. So the 1 washer has to sit, I'll just do a mark so I remember. It will just sit here, so we know it. There is no washers on the other 3 holes, so just to remember that. Whew. That is exciting, this lens. So now we look into the actual inner lens system, which I also need to take out as I see it, and I need to take off the brush there, the distance scale, the GMR unit, and the whole ring, GMR ring, also need to be taken out, and of course this lens group, which is held in place by this ring. I know the repair manual said that you can unscrew this, but well, there's no idea to do it because the ring here is held in place by 3 screws, and it can be taken out without any adjustment, as I see it. The connection for the let's see where it is. Let's see, I can do it. Just get a closer look of the aperture system, which actually you better can see the blades are a bit out of alignment. I mean, just a bit. This is the pin that comes from the mount all the way down here, and will, if things works proper, it will move the blades here. But right now it does not work. So I just need to do some alignment, I mean some marks. There are a few things we do not need to take off. This pin here, which is the fork that goes to the we could do it, I can show it from the actual silent wave motor. If I put it over here, you can just, it will move the whole system. So that's pretty clever. But you see, it cannot go all the way over to the very end because the aperture system in there is not correct working. So pretty interesting. Now what to do, yeah, I think I will take off the focus encoder brush here, but before doing so I just set a mark, because you can see the hole here is not fully round, is actually you can say oval, I mean long, so there are many places it can sit, but then this is why it's so much better to just set a mark somewhere, and you can use a knife, just a cut off knife. I just use my dentist tool because it works pretty good. So now I know exactly where the precision is, and just to be very sure, I'll just do it on the other side. So, and it can be taken off. Here's the ring. Interesting, isn't it? I think it is. Where did it go? My tweezer here. So off with that. And now I should take off the distance scale or distance ring, whatever it calls, to get that off and get into the GMR unit and take that off too. So we'll do so. And again, some more marks, scratches, whatever it calls. And you can see here the same again. The holes are long, so you need to be sure where it actually should sit when it's proper aligned from the factory. Sit there and sits there. And it sits there. So all those three should be in line with our marks. And again, unscrew it. So. And the last one here should come off. A lot of things on the table right now. So, and it should be quite easy to take that off here. As I see it, yeah. Just push down a little, and it will come free. Interesting stuff. So, and now we are more into some delicate stuff. So this is actually the focus ring. It's held in place by two screws, one there and one there. There are two ball bearings, one in each side, and a washer that we need to take care of. It's interesting because this hook, this piece of metal here, is actually the one that holds the aperture system in place. So it will be interesting when I come into that. I will take a break when I've taken off the focus ring here. Now the GMR unit will be taken out, and there has to be some attention about it. On each side here and there's a small hole, and it's actually used to set the position of this unit in correct place. In the repair manual they said use a 1.2mm drill. You need two of them, one there, one there. So when you put it back in, it should just sit there, and then you add the screws. It should be the alignment of the DMR. So let's see if it will work. But before I lose this part, I will just set a mark. Somewhere here. and could be possibly said something about here. So this tweezer is non-magnetic, so it's quite good to work with. And now we have to take care of this stuff. This is here. Okay, little fellow, what are you doing there? It will follow all the way around. So it comes off. And then the GMR unit itself. And before we do so, I'll just take off the flex from the adhesive back here, but just keep a little on it so the GMR unit will not fall off. And so it is. So this is the GMR unit, which acts as a almost the same way like in a tape recorder when playing the sound. It's the same way it works. Now back to this ring. There are a screw there and there is a screw there. So by holding the lens here like this, things will not fall off, and it should be possible to take out the two screws and possibly, but one have to take care of the ball bearings in there. Special screw. And then the ball bearing itself is also a washer. Wow, this is actually just amazing. Whew. I think if this lens was sent to repair, it would have been expensive to repair. Just an idea. And before I actually take off the ring, I should also be aware of where does it actually sit. So again, I will see where it goes. Where there's actually a mark here that I can use, because I set it on. I cannot flip the lens. The lens itself. So if I can lift out this, I think it has to be moved a little. Yeah. So one have to turn it counterclockwise. Oh, I put fingers on the magnetic strip. Okay, no matter what. I will clean it after that. So here we can actually see one of the ball bearings here. This is amazing. And the repair manual said that there is a spacer in here, this one, that sits against the inner tube. We can see here the one ball bearing, as you can see here. Oh, sorry. As you can see here, the inner of the ball bearing has to sit against the inner tube. And here is also a spacer. And this Teflon ring has to come off also, but actually there is a stop here for the focus ring, and it has to come off too. So let's see if it's possible. Yeah, it comes off. It's better to arrange the small screws. And just set a mark here so I know where the black part has to sit. So there, and off with the Teflon ring. So there. So now, then we are actually very close to the actual point. There's also a flex cable here, which I need to take out because I need to take off the encoder strip too. And it's held in place by one screw in one end, and of course in the other end too. So by lifting out this flex cable gently and undo it from the double-sided tape, it can probably be, yeah, okay. But it's more about this because it's very thin and probably a little fragile. But maybe it's one with the dentist's tool. Hopefully. Maybe I should do like this from here. Let's see if it can work. One really have to be careful with the thin. So it goes okay. And now I can unscrew this end. It can only sit in one position, so there shouldn't be any problem with that. goes. And so you see this one end could be taking off here, and then it should be possible to take it off all to the very end here. Take care of the corner. So now it's actually off, so now I'm even closer. So the only thing I need to do right now is, as I see it, where did it go? Where did it go? Like there? Now I need to move this part here to get this lens in here, and then it should be possible to unscrew this screw, and this screw, and detach the whole lens mount here. I will just take a short break. Okay, I will now continue with the rest of the disassemble of the to get into the actual aperture blades, and let's see how we can do this. Yeah, as I see it, should be, this is the aperture. Nice in there. Well, I need to have this lens, what do you say, ring that holds the lens in place, lens mount or so, into correct position, and get all the 3 screws out, and also the there's one hidden behind the gyro module, but I don't need to actually take that out, so I will just lower the lens as much as possible, and maybe it's possible to, no, not really. Where is the screw for the lens here? Yeah, this one. This screw, oh sorry, this screw is holding the aperture pin here into place, but I need to unscrew, let's see, one screw there. Yeah, I think it will be just easier to, if it's possible. I do not want to take out the 2 the flexible cable for the gyro. So I hope it's possible to just unscrew those 2 here. Let's see. If I do so, then it should be possible. Let's see, is there anything I just need to do before taking stuff out? Not really. Well, what I could do is actually set a mark here and a mark here. So I have a kind of see an alignment point if I miss anything. Now then it should be possible to unscrew this lens mount here. I do not have the special tool that are shown in the repair manual for taking out those rollers, but I will try to do something else, which probably could be useful. Do you mind stay there? It was just the flex cable who catch my... I think this is a 2-stick, kind of those with the rubber on. Not really good. Okay, my dentist tool here is quite handy, and I think it will work. I mean, I hope it will work. Yeah, it comes out without any problems. And it doesn't matter which direction it's put in. Now the next one here, and I simply don't want to take out the flex for the gyro or what it's actually called. Maybe it's okay for the tweezer here. Nope. So one to have to lift it up and then it's actually free at the moment. So very delicate. Now then I should have kind of have a grip here to where did the screw goes. Okay, I will let this screw sit, and maybe it's possible to move this ring, hopefully, and get all the way up to here. So this screw ends up there. Now I should have free access to the screw and to this screw and the roller for the aperture. Oh, it will be very, very exciting to see if this will work. Yeah, free. And the screw is still sitting there. So it should be possible. See, the lens is still there. And if I can, sits pretty tight in this lens mount. So out with that fellow here. Yeah, with the roller and the last blue roller here will come out hopefully. Yeah, here we go. exciting. So the only thing I need to do, or is it possible to just let the lens fall into my hand? No, it's not possible. Well, I need to unscrew the one screw that is left. As you can see there. So, exciting. Off with that. And there is also one roller there. Out with the screw. Exciting. Come on, little fellow. And then this roller should also be taken out, as shown in the repair manual. So let's see if it's possible. Yeah, it's out. Take good care of the lens mount and take out the small roller. And it has to sit correct when putting it back in again. So now it should be possible to take out the lens element here. And here you can see it is. One should put it correct in again. So I will just put in a small mark here. There. So, and put it safe on something like one of those cones. And now I will have free access to the aperture system, which you can see here. And the blades are a bit out of alignment, as you can see. Just set a mark here and a mark here. So now I know where this part should sit, so I can just move this here and nothing will really happen. But now it should be possible to unscrew this screw and this screw and take out the whole aperture system. And I would guess maybe is this pin that hold the whole system, or is it the, no, it cannot be this pin here. So I would guess, and it's not that pin here, it holds the part of it. Oh, that's why it cannot focus correct, because one blade is actually sitting here, as you can see. So, wow, that's why. Okay. So this is the way the aperture is changing when you focus. Interesting. By moving this pin, I can actually move the blades. But well, this pin holds the aperture in place. So if there is anything I have to do about it, any alignment, no, I don't think there isn't any. Okay, now not easy. Well, if it's possible, I would guess if I can use one of those combs to simply flip over the whole thing and let it come out. Just a guess. I hope it will work. Now, off with this pin here. And I don't think there is any alignment thingy, but just to be sure there isn't, everything sits in place, I'll just set a mark here and on the there shouldn't be any problem with that. So actually it's there and there. So now we are ready to take that out. Ooh. Oh yeah, we will do so. So, and a tweezer, take out this part here. You see it's a kind of a hook that goes into the notch here in the aperture ring inside. Now to get those two screws that hold the whole system placed, not sure if there is any rollers there, or it's just I think it's just screws. And the other one over here. See, if I move it, I will move the whole retaining ring on it. See. So right now the aperture system is almost see there, free. So the whole aperture system is free at the moment. So how to get it out? There will be some, well, let's see how we can do it. Yeah. If I take this, the whole blade system will come out. What if I took this pin here? Will it make any difference? So maybe I should just use my dentist tool and lift it out. Just to see if it will work or not. That was weird. Oh yeah, looks like it will work. So if I can lift this up here, and possibly it will move. And just to remember, just put in a mark here. Okay, what if I took this and flipped the whole thing over? Would it come out or not? Yeah. So, and here we are. Wow. Amazing, isn't it? I think it's amazing engineering of construction of a lens. So now I can put this aside and concentrate me about the actual problem in this lens, which is the loose aperture blades in here. And I can also see it's not a problem to actually take it out, because there is a kind of a lock ring here on the back, which you can see here. And if well, I need to disassemble this part, but how to do that? Okay, I think it's just push in, and this very thin plate here is just pressed in. So maybe it's possible to lift it out. I mean, they have assembled it, and it should always be possible to take it apart. There's a kind of plastic or so. But if I at this end here can lift up this part here and unclip it, clips there, and in that way get it free. It is possible. And now I would guess I'm into the aperture mechanism. I would just need to set a mark here somewhere. Just let's see where to go. Yeah, I can use this pin here. And it can be marked over here. So I have a kind of reference. Now, let's see what next to do. I think this one is the whole aperture ring. So if this one is held in place by, it should sit there. Now, interesting. And this one is sitting there. Now, then I think it should be possible to, let's see, this blade will go there. Something weird here around. Well, I have to do some investigation about this to put it back in again. So see you sooner.